What is going on, guys? Corrosive Bullet here, and we got a brand new content drop coming all of this week to Dragon Ball Legends. Sorry for not uploading last night. By the time everything kind of came out, I was already asleep, so we're doing it now. We are going to be going over Android 17, 18, EX Baby Vegeta, as well as Super Saiyan 4 Zenkai Goku, and going over all their kits, plus the plethora of events that are going to be coming out as well. So if you want to see more Dragon Ball Legends content like this, let me know down in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more, and let's dive into it. So interestingly enough, I didn't think they were going to be this high on the list, but according to DBZ Space, 17 and 18 are the 10th and 11th highest powered units in the game, right behind all the Legends Limited units. Which is quite a surprise for all-star units. I did not expect them to actually be at the top of the list. So, but anyway, so let's go over 17 first. So he's going to be androids. There's a twins tag now. He's melee, and he's also going to be part of the Universe Survival Saga. Makes sense. So at 6 stars, you're looking at about 218 strike, 202 blast attack, 140 and 141 defenses. If you were to max him out completely, he'd be at around 253 strike, 235 blast, and 162, 164 defenses. Honestly, that's not too bad. That's pretty good, all things considered. Defenses are about average. His strike attack is pretty high. For what it is, so I'm actually kind of surprised by that. His main ability, Now to Fight Like I Mean It, draw special move arts card next, restore own health by 25% and ki by 50%, 50% to damage special move damage inflicted, which cannot be canceled, and increases his own art card draw speed by 1 level, cannot be canceled. That's a pretty good main ability. Usually they you don't really see this art draw speed, card draw speed being the main ability like this. Usually it's down in the kit, so the fact that it's here at least gives you the opportunity to choose when you want to activate that. You can have him as your third unit on rotation and bring him in this way, and that way the 20 timer counts elapse and you can immediately pop that draw speed. It's pretty good. Plus, this 50% to special move damage is actually pretty good too. So, overwhelming battle tactics reduces damage received by 30% when battle starts. Can't be canceled. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield: 90% to damage inflicted. Can't be stacked. Shorten ally sub count by 1 up to 5 times. Deals all enemy main abilities for 10 timer counts. Activates twice. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 15 to special arts cost for 10 timer counts every time when faced with an enemy. Oh my god. Okay. That's actually pretty devastating. I'm trying to think of a good example as to who would be in terms of who would be influenced by this the most. I would have to imagine that someone along the lines of maybe Goku Black, for instance, right? Transforming Goku Black. With his green card, he not only restacks his entire hand, but he also heals himself. This would be absolutely detrimental to a special move arts like that, or a special arts card. So that's really good, actually. This is a very good first unique. Unlimited energy reduces damage received by 20% until combo ends when changing cover. Knocks enemy back to long range if a cover is performed against a strike arts attack. Following effects occur when this character is switched to standby. Restore ally ki by 30. Restores own health by 10. Plus 50% to damage inflicted when one allied Universe Survival Saga or Android is defeated. Cannot be canceled. Okay, so this guy is definitely not supposed to be your guy you throw out of your team first. I can't necessarily say he's a last standing unit, but but if That's a pretty good buff to damage inflicted there as well. So, what color is he? He's yellow. Okay, that makes sense. That makes absolute sense for what he does. Plus, with the teams that he needs to be on, a yellow would be perfect for him. So strike, his blast recovers ki. Interesting. Okay, so restores zone ki by 5 upon activation. So we got a polar opposite to Vegeta Blue, where instead of gaining 5 ki with with a strike arts, he gains 5 on blast. Sorry guys, I just woke up, so you have to excuse me on that. Special move, Excel Driver. Deals massive impact damage. Inflicts all enemies with 2 substitution counts upon activation. That can be pretty devastating. Talk to the Hand. Destroy 1 enemy strike, blast, and special move arts card. Wait, all 3? So if your enemy has 1 of each of these in their hand, they basically are left with no hand. If I'm reading this correctly, that's pretty good. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 20% to damage received for 15 timer counts. That's not bad. That's all enemies. Okay. And then inflict all enemies with 1 sub count. Oh my god, the 17. He's not gonna let you switch at all. He holds 2 strike cards, and they both get the damage inflicted plus 10%. Isn't bad. So, and then for Tournament of Power abilities, minus 20% to damage received at the start of battle. And at the start of his turn, he gains 50% damage. On his 3rd turn, he gains plus 50% ki recovery, 30% special move damage, and 50% special move gauge. Unlimited energy, performs a cover change and nullifies attack. End of 2nd turn would be 25 damage inflicted, and okay. Pretty good. So at 3 stars, he buffs both Universal Saga and Android, and at 3 stars, or at 6 stars, he gains an additional buff for Universal Survival Saga. Now obviously, androids, I don't think, do they need a yellow unit? I don't think they need a yellow. We'll take a look and see. But 30%. Plus 12%, so 42% increase to stats. And up to 50%. Up to 50% for varying stuff. That's pretty good. The 17's pretty good. He's nuts. Yeah, let's take a look at androids real quick. Okay, androids did need a yellow. Androids did need a blue. Okay. This is very fitting. This is very fitting for androids. I agree with that. I agree with that full-heartedly. It perfectly encapsulates what was needed. So, in terms of Universe Survival Saga now, I don't think that 18 is gonna fit or fill in for Topo, but we'll see what she does first. So, 18, she's blue. Again, good for androids. May not necessarily be good for Universe Survival Saga. Topo is definitely going to probably fit in a more defensive role, so hopefully she's a bit more offensive. So at 6 stars, 18 is showing at 209 strike attack, 208 blast attack, and 141 to both defenses. At 14 stars, she's very balanced, surprisingly. 164 defenses and 243 and 242 for her attack. Very balanced, all things considered. 17 is definitely the better unit in terms of stats, but she's definitely not anything to scoff at either. So, main ability, you will know my Godly Fury. Draw a special arts card next, shorten sub account by 5, and restores own ki by 50. All right, it's a decent main ability, nothing too crazy. 20% to strike damage inflicted against girls. That makes sense, because she fought a lot of the, what was it, the Universe 2 characters in the tournament, so that makes a lot of sense. I don't think that's going to necessarily... No, nobody runs girls in the current meta, so I don't see this being too beneficial to her. So I'm almost thinking that if the anniversary is going to be dropping GT units, and this is a hint at some potential TOP units, we may be seeing some new Universe 2 units. Maybe. So keep that in mind. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. 70% to damage inflicted, can't be stacked or canceled. Interesting. I don't know why you... I mean, that makes sense. So an extra 70. Okay. Reduce damage received by 25 for 15 timer counts. -5 to strike arts. Okay. 20% of damage inflicted for 10 counts every time this character uses an arts card. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. So she gets a full... She doesn't have card draw speed from what it looks like. So we're going to go with the assumption that maybe you'll get 5 cards in a turn, right? Or in a combo, depending on how fast she gets the cards in. So you're already talking 70% here, and then you're at most you're probably getting 20% in a combo, or 120% in a combo. So 120. So you're already looking at 170 or 190. If you're going up against girls, you're already at over 200. That's pretty nuts. Because 10 timer counts last a while too, so that's actually pretty good. Now I understand why her stats are a little bit lower than 17s. It makes sense. Applies the following effects to allies when this character, for Faith and Friends, applies to allies when this character switches to standby. Restore ki by 15, 20% of damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, and then also applies the following effects to allied episode, Universe, Survival Saga, or Android, plus 20% to key move damage, or special move damage. Oh my god. So 20% to special move damage inflicted, and 40% to key recovery. This 18 is meant to be ran alongside the 17. Just for the sheer fact that you're buffing special move damage, which is what that 17's like distinction is all about. And the fact that the fact that she's meant to restore ki and give damage inflicted on switch out, plus giving all this to androids and USS units. Yeah, no, they're both meant to be run side by side. These are good. She looks pretty good. Her strike is -5 to own special move arts for 15 timer counts on hit. Okay, that's pretty good. Finishing blow deals massive damage, applies the following effects to self. 20% to special move damage for 3 counts, nullifies enemies, restore health when it reaches 0. Makes sense. It is I, number 18. 20% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. Destroy all of your own cards and randomly draws 4 new ones. Oh my god. The Goku black transforming, green transforming meta has returned. It is back. Now, unlike green Goku black transforming, she doesn't get card draw speed or key restoration. She doesn't get a whole lot of key restoration from what it looks like. So at least when she's out on the field, she doesn't. So no, she's pretty good too. I can understand what they are going for here. So at 3 stars, again, you're buffing androids. At 6 stars, you are getting an additional buff for strike attack at 12%, and then that goes up to 35 and 15 at 14 stars. All in all, both these units are really, really good. I would definitely say that these are both worth summoning for by themselves. So, yeah. They also come with a green or a blue extreme baby Vegeta. We're just going to go over this one first. We're going to go over this pretty quickly. But, so at 6 stars, 5,000. Let's take a look at stats. 192 strike, 204 blast, and 125, 127 blast defense. At 14 stars, you're looking at 223 and 237 attack with 146, 147 defenses. Again, you can't really go by stats on these EX units. You really have to go off what their kits do, because you know that as extreme units, they're not going to be like as viable stat-wise as sparking units. So gotta kind of give some leeway here. But all in all, though, I mean, damage is not too bad. It's a little low, but not too bad for an extreme unit. Finally, your true power at last. Restores own ki by 40 plus 30% to damage inflicted. Blast damage inflicted for 20. Minus 5 to own blast arts card. Decent main ability, nothing crazy. The restores own ki is always really good on main. Hidden Path of Domination. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 20% to blast damage received for 10 timer counts every time when faced with an enemy. Also seals enemy strike arts every time when faced with an enemy Saiyan character. The sealed arts cannot be used for 3 counts. That could be pretty detrimental to card usage, to your combos. So that's actually not a bad move itself. Plus 15% to blast damage inflicted for 10 timer counts when this character evades an enemy attack with a vanishing step. This is fine. This is fine. But depending on what the rest of his kit looks like, I would like to see some sort of vanish step recharge or restore to go along with this. Because otherwise, this doesn't really matter a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. The Hour of Vengeance. Plus 40% to damage inflicted against Saiyans. Sure. Applies the following effects to self if there is a Saiyan or GT battle member other than this character in the party when battle starts. Plus 50% to damage inflicted. And plus 40% to ki recovery. That's not bad. So that's actually not bad at all. So you're getting potentially plus 20% to damage received, or whatever. Or you're getting plus 30% damage on his main. Plus 15% when you vanish step. So you're talking, what was that? 45? And then you're getting plus 50 here, so 95. And then plus 20% to blast damage received. So you're potentially doing 115 with blast damage. That's not too bad for an EX unit, honestly, in terms of stat buffs. So special move, deal Big Bang attack, restores own vanishing gauge by 50% upon activation. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, and that's relatively balanced. You're not always going to pull these cards, but that's probably how it should be. So yeah, if you take this into account, and depending on when you use that card, you're probably going to be able to get another extra 15% in. So you're talking another 130 on top of the 115, or 15% on top of the 130. 115. I got my numbers mixed up. Pardon my French, but that's not bad. That's fine. Saiyan power absorption applies the following effects to self per remaining Saiyan and GT battle member. Plus 10% to damage and blast damage inflicted for 15. Plus and restores health by 5. That's pretty good. So you're talking an extra 20 for 15 timer counts each. So 20 on top of the 130. So yeah, 150. He's not bad. Kit-wise, he's not bad at all. And then at 2 stars, he buffs GT, or 20% to blast attack and defense GT. At 3 stars, he also buffs Saiyans to 24%, 28 at 6, and 32 at 14. So, and in a surprise turn of events, despite us getting Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Zenkai buffed, we also have this Goku getting Zenkai buffed. I'm not going to delve too much into this because we still have a lot to cover in terms of events. Excuse me. hiccups. But let's at least take a look and see what he does. So at 14, or let's do 7 stars. So at 7 stars, he's at his base, he's at 244 strike, 219 blast, and then 164, 165 defenses. On Zenkai, he goes up a good chunk for a strike attack, actually. So he goes up to 253 strike attack, 224 blast attack, and his defenses don't go up at all. Neither does his health. So another balanced Zenkai makes sense with the way that they've been doing Zenkais lately. His strike attack does go up a good chunk, and his defenses really aren't all that bad. It would be nice if they went up to close to 170, but it is what it is. So let's look at his base. So his base only restored his own key by 50 plus 25% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. Now it adds nullifies enemy restore health when it reaches 0 effects when this character attacks for 30 timer counts. That's a pretty good buff. And then I'm stronger now. Oh, he's gonna get a big buff here. So I'm stronger now applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield: plus 50% to damage inflicted for 20, reduce damage received for 35, 535 for 15, and then restore health by 10. That stays 50, that stays 35, and that stays 10. So that doesn't change at all. You can't win against me restores own key by 30%, by 30 every time when faced with an enemy. 20 counts lapsed, and then depending on the number of counts lapsed. So at 20, minus 5 to strike arts. 40 plus 35 to damage inflicted. That does not change either. Okay. At Zenkai 3, he gains buff effects. Buff effect nullifies enemy special actions that activate when changing cover for 15 timer counts. When this character enters the battlefield, does it twice. I would have liked some sort of stat buff here on top of that, personally, but I mean, this is fine, I guess. And then Scarlet Force at Zenkai 6 applies the following effects to allied GT when this character is switched to standby: 30% to damage inflicted and 30% to key recovery for 15 counts. Hit-wise, they didn't really do much to change what he does. Honestly, the strike attack stat buff is nice, but I don't know. This is not what I want from my Zenkais. Probably the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is actually a bit better than this. Alright. So the strike attack doesn't change. Still blast damage. That doesn't change at all. The Kamehameha doesn't change at all. His green card gains increase to card draw speed, which is good, but only for 10 counts. And then Super Bombardment Fist, does that change at all? 30% to ultimate, minus 100% to sustained damage cut. Yeah, that doesn't change at all either. So, and he buffs purple and GT. So he's going to be the GT buffer, which is good for GT, I guess. But, I mean, if you look at the GT tag itself, though, there are no other purple, there's no other purple units. So here's my theory. He only buffs himself with his Zenkai ability. We just got this Super Saiyan 4 Goku a yellow. If the rumors of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta are true, and this guy is going to be buffing purple GT units, and if we even look at the fusions, team, we'll go here, Fusion Warrior. We look at the Fusions team, in terms of purple units, you only have Super Vegito and Super Saiyan Gotenks. In terms of Fusion Warriors, you got this Vegeta, who's still pretty good, and you got this Gogeta, who is very underrated and also very good. Honestly, I think Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is going to be purple. Because it's the only thing that really fits. If he's not going to be purple, he's probably going to be red. But just an idea to keep in mind that Gogeta may be purple because of this particular buff. But all in all these characters are good. I'm a little disappointed by the new Goku, or the Goku Zenkai, but all the new units look fantastic. So definitely worth the summoning for. In terms of actually summoning, this comes out on Friday, and it's going to be a standard all-star banner. Your featured units are going to be Cell, Jiren, Bergamo, Kefla, Vados, all the units that have been kind of here before. However, this is the first time that Yamcha and Launch are both coming back. Me personally, I've only pulled 1 or 2 copies of this Launch, and I haven't pulled this Yamcha. So definitely I'm going to be excited to be able to summon on this and hopefully get this Yamcha. Plus the brand new units added. And then the non-featured units are Metal Cooler, Super Saiyan Vegeta, Dispo, Topo, Lavender, Basil. All the units that were kind of there in the past. So, and then EXs are all the same as well. So, nothing too crazy with this. Outside of that, though, obviously you got the Zenkai Awakening for here. They did some changes to the Master Pack, the Super Master Pack. They have now added all of the units from the end of last year into here. So you got Jiren who got added. You got the Dispo and Topo. You got the new hybrid Saiyans. You got Metal Cooler. You got the Universe 9 guys. So that was a very nice change of pace as well. That's nice that they updated this as well. Story events. We actually got a lot going on for story events. We got this Deadly Confrontation Final Strike. It is 30 battles. And it is a way for everybody to get it is a way for everybody to get rare medals. Why are these popping up? Oh, because these pop up later. Okay, so these battles are going to be here at the start. You're going to get 10. You're going to get the 10. Yeah, so you're going to get about 190 just from all of these, plus all the different, if there's challenges. I don't know if there's challenges. Only challenges on the last one. Okay. So, yeah. As you can see, with all the challenges that you can potentially get, I'm assuming 20 is going to have more. Yep. Going to be a good chunk as well. And then these are 10 as well. And then the last one's going to have more. Yeah. So definitely do this for all the rush medals, not the rush medals, the rare medals that you can get from this particular event. You'll also get skip tickets and energy and stuff from completing each of the stages as well. We're going to have a new Super Scout battle coming into play for androids, Regen, and GT. Personally, I would probably suggest that everybody go for GT just for this particular Goku with his HP buff. That's just my opinion, though. I mean, this EX Boo is not bad, and these EXs are okay at this point. I mean, they're not anything to write home about, but I would suggest doing the. I would definitely suggest doing the GT ones for that. Just Try to Suppress Me is coming back, and then there's a new event coming out. I think this is similar to the Caulifla event. There's going to be a new specialty grade GT equip that's going to be dropping with this. You're gonna get Z power for Goku. Looks like you're gonna get up to 1,000 just from the standard missions. The challenge battle will get you just some standard CC just for completing that. The bonus battle will get you purples, which is actually really good because when this comes out, the Caulifla event's still going to be going on, so you'll get double the rewards. You'll get about 100 of each of these per day. That's actually not a bad. That's actually not bad to have at all. And then the special battle will get you this new equip. This new equip is for GT units. It gives health restoration, strike, base strike defense, and blast defense, and then base strike attack for all GT characters. So pretty nice that we're getting these kind of specialty equipments. Hopefully the drop rates are a little better on this one, because I know that the drop rates for the one for Caulifla is actually pretty bad, at least from my experience. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. That's a lot. That was a lot to cover today, and I apologize if it took a while, but we finally got through it. Let me know what you guys think about everything that's dropping. We will be doing the summonings on Friday when these units release, and yeah, gonna be a good time. So thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.